The Seahawks are on the road at the Chiefs. Seahawks run the ball really well. Chiefs do not defend against the run very well. It's going to be one of these games that has crazy winds, potential snow. We're still on Saturday games. 6 below,
Yep.
huge. Like the total, you should talk about the total for a second. Started at 50, now down to 48 and a half. But the spread is 9.5.
Yeah. When we could start with the total open at 50, like you said, down to 40.5, I would still take that. We already talked about it earlier today. It's going to be a nice bowl there. It's supposed to be -6 with the wind blowing. Obviously it's Tuesday, things could always change, but that cold's not going anywhere. Like that cold's coming down, it's going to be there. Obviously the big deal is the wind. If it's a windy game, no doubter, like smash that under. I would just bet the under now, just get ahead of the number in case it does move way down. Then you could play a middle too. You could get a good middle opportunity. So looking at this matchup though, I feel like you just nailed it where it's probably going to be a completely different game plan than we're used to for both these teams. It's just going to be hard to be a pass heavy team when you have the weather as it is. And we already know the Seahawks, their biggest weakness is the run. Teams want to run against them. Andy Reid's going to do that. He's happy to make those kind of adjustments. Vice versa, like the Seahawks, you just said it. It's like the Kenneth Walker thing. I knew that was important to Geno. We've kind of seen these last couple of weeks where they can't get a run game going and the offense seems to flutter. So I can't do it. I cannot back Geno again, even though I love this number and it's so massive. It's just we say it all the time. Not that he just turned back into a pumpkin, but a little bit. It seems like the defenses have kind of figured out what he likes to do and what he doesn't like to do. We've seen him defend it differently these last couple of weeks, and they've struggled. I mean, they went from leading the division to being almost 80% guaranteed to make the playoffs to they're probably not going to make the playoffs unless they steal a game or two here. So interesting how quick things flipped for the Seahawks team where everything was just so well. And even their fan base was like, yeah, we could use that high draft pick to get players to support Geno. We don't need to take a quarterback to. It's completely flipped of, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe give Geno a 1-year deal, but we need to draft a quarterback. And that is kind of how it goes where Geno, he's a great fill-in. He's a great backup. Is he one of the 32 best? They should be an every week starter. That's up for debate because it seems like defense is going to kind of figure him out. So I usually love to just take blindly against the Chiefs as a big dog. I could maybe get talked into it, but as we sit here right now, Geno just disappointed me so much last game. Like the 49ers were begging for that game to be stolen from them, and he couldn't complete drives. I mean, they drove down there, they got 2 field goals. If those were touchdowns, it'd have been a 21-21 game, but it wasn't because Geno just was not capitalizing their red zone. So I can't make a bet yet on this one.
I love the Seahawks here right now.
Yeah, it's the right. I mean, it's the right play. Just Mahomes is a big favorite. Never really works out for him.
No. And like the Seahawks, they've got guys who can cover. So it just feels to me like schematically on the field and the number, the Seahawks are the right side.
The worry is, can Geno keep up though? That's the worry right now. Because Geno 3 weeks ago, no brainer. But these last couple of weeks, they've just been so bad offensively. I mean, even defensively. But I do think the cold will negate some of their weaknesses. But no, you're right. I'll probably talk myself into it, but right now I just can't do it.